Jennifer's husband finally wants to reunite. But does Jennifer want him back? And why is she binging? Hear the details in our expert insights.
Nothing I did was working. The more I tried, the more out of control my eating became. Then, I did something I hadn't tried before. I became a savvy detective and figured things out. If I can do it, so can you. Find out more at solveyouroutofcontroleating.com.
Welcome to Solve Your Out of Control Eating. I'm Vicki Todd, psychoanalyst and an eating disorder specialist.
And I'm Michelle Holzberger, a clinical social worker. But here on the online virtual world, we are savvy detectives
who solve real-life eating mysteries like today's.
And we are going to teach you how to become a savvy detective too. So here we go. Step into our virtual office for this brief therapy session. Then we invite you to stick around afterwards. You'll hear our detective work and practical advice. Now, here's Jennifer.
You're not going to believe what happened over the weekend.
Tell me.
Out of the clear blue sky, I got a call from Matt.
Matt is in your husband who left how long ago?
It was last December, 9 months ago. I thought he was calling to talk about getting a divorce. I know he had the girlfriend. My sister and brother-in-law saw them together twice, once at a restaurant and then at a bar on New Year's Eve.
That must have been so hurtful for you to hear about.
It was. In fact, I wonder why my sister even told me. If the shoe was on the opposite foot, I would have kept it a secret because I would have known how much the truth would have hurt her. And for what? Because she needed to face the truth? I'm sure it was her rationale for telling me. But she also made a point of telling me how built she was. I bet she's a personal trainer. Probably met him at the gym.
What about that part?
As if to say, oh, she's not fat like you.
And what would be the point in telling you that?
I guess to motivate me, she was telling me to shape up and then he'll be back.
And how did that make you feel?
Well, even more hurt than I was and depressed.
Depressed or
Well, mad. She needs to mind her own damn business. Anyway, Matt asked me to meet him at Mojo's for a cup of coffee to talk. I didn't want to, but I finally agreed. I was all prepared to say nothing and then to get an attorney to represent me, but Matt said that maybe we should give our marriage another chance. I couldn't believe it. I just sat there staring at him. He said, "What does that mean? I thought you'd be happy." I was just surprised. Then he suggested we started dating, see how things go.
how do you feel about dating?
I'm still in shock. I really don't know how to feel, but I do know that I binged all last week. I couldn't stop eating.
And what are your thoughts about that?
Well, am I supposed to be happy?
You tell me.
I guess.
You don't sound like you are.
I used to pray all the time that he would come home. I didn't want a divorce. I didn't want him to leave me. He left 2 days before Christmas, you know. My daughter had just turned 4. All the presents were under the tree, the house decorated, cookies baked. Emmy was in bed sleeping, and out the door he went after delivering a long speech about what a pathetic wife I was. I didn't keep the house clean enough, didn't attend to my appearance, wasn't sexual enough, really at all. I felt like I was hanging on to my sanity by a thread. Well, that's when I started seeing you.
I remember you were very sad and upset.
Yes.
And now?
Now I feel nothing. Numb. But that doesn't make sense. I mean, I should feel something, but I don't. All I do is eat. I'm not checking my phone for text messages or voicemails. I just stare at the TV and eat like I did when he left. I think of him as a loser. I mean, leaver.
But you said loser.
Loser, leaver, both. I don't know how to feel. Happy, angry, resentful, depressed. For sure, depressed.
Sounds like you're feeling lots of different feelings all at the same time.
I guess.
Must be so much easier to zone out, stare at the TV, and eat than to try and untangle all these feelings.
Yeah.
But we both know that feelings won't magically go away.
No, they don't.
So why don't we start untangling the feelings in bearable bits, a little bit at a time?
I guess.
What a complicated web of feelings we have to untangle here today, Vicki. But now comes the detective work. Where should we begin?
With Jennifer's feelings, of course, because the therapist hit the nail on the head. So much easier to zone out in front of the TV and eat rather than try to figure out all the feelings Jennifer is experiencing, all at the same time.
Right. Yes, she initially mentioned being shocked when she heard from her estranged husband. And then she talked about his infidelity. You know, the sister shared that, thinking that was going to motivate her to shape up. I don't know.
Yes. What did you think about that?
Oh, gosh. I don't know. With sisters like that, that was a tough one. I don't know.
Well said. The sister's words felt like a betrayal rather than a help.
I did.
But there, the therapist helped Jennifer see that she was really feeling mad at the sister rather than depressed. The first untangling of feelings, because as we know, depression is anger turned on the self.
Right, right. And then things get complicated again when the husband meets her for coffee and delivers his plan to start dating in an effort to reunite.
But there's a very big question that never surfaced anywhere in her conversation with him or in her therapy. Why now? Why is he wanting to reunite now? Did the personal trainer person dump him? Is he running low on cash? I know I'm sounding very cynical.
You're a tough cookie.
I know it. But I think Jennifer needs upfront answers. After all, there's no talk about what a huge mistake he made leaving his family, not just Jennifer, but their daughter, their little daughter. And now he wants back. I think that's what's underneath the confusion about feelings. Why now?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. There's just a lot more that Jennifer needs to understand so that she knows what she's dealing with.
Exactly.
You
She right now she has no clue, but I hope she will move very cautiously and really explore everything in her therapy.
right, right. And given everything that went on, maybe couples therapy, marital therapy is called for at this juncture.
For sure, if she's going to take him back. Before he ever moves back into the house, I would insist on it. And her daughter needs help with her feelings about what he did and what's occurring.
Well, that's it for now, but there's more stories like this to come. Be sure to give us a like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss a single episode. And remember,
Keep searching for clues.